broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, welcome back, and Ron here at Ablesys. Take a look at the signals and charts, and I'll show you what you want to be looking for on your chart regarding buying, where to sell, and where to put your stop loss. So we'll go through the trading aspect of it, and the software is it works well for stocks, futures, Forex, day trading, swing, position. It doesn't favor anything. That's the nice part about it. It's going to work well for everything, and that's why it's so well liked for all these years. So what we're looking for is a triplet confirmation signal. Now this is a daily, weekly chart. We always use two charts combined into one. That filters out false signals. It tells us when the markets are probably going to be choppy, so it keeps us out of trouble. And that's the most important thing, is lowering risk. So we're just looking for triple confirmation. We have to have a red bar, a red dot, and a red X. The X's are the weekly resistance points. The red is the weekly, and of course the blue. The red is resistance, the blue is support. So that's real important, because red is downtrend with Abletrend, everything red down, everything blue up, uptrend. So we just want red bar, red dot, and red X. Now the X's come in once a week, so it's not going to be right above the daily, because they come in every day. So just like right there, that's okay. Came in a week ago, fine. So we're shorting this. This is LW. Down it went, big time move. And you say, okay, where do I buy? Well, there's blue bar, blue dot, blue X. So we're going to buy it there. Stop losses go on the second lower small blue dot below the price. There'd be the first support point, which will stop or help to block the price from going lower. We put it on the second one. We give it a little bit more room to breathe. So we're stopped out here because obviously the prices went below the blue dot to the previous lower blue dots. But these are called sweet spots. When you're out of the trade from a stop out, right back in again. Blue bar, blue dot, blue X. And this one went just sky high until we were stopped out here. And a day later, we're right back in again. It's great to get in close to these blue dots. That's important. Regardless of whether you're day trading or position trading, it's a big advantage to get in near the dots, because your stop is just a little bit below that. So if you're wrong, it's a very small loss. That's the key with Abletrend. There will be losing trades, I guarantee you that, but they'll be small. Every one of them will be small because we immediately put a stop loss in. Now we're still in the trade now up at 84. Not in a month ago at 75. That's a terrific trade for an option trader. Call option would be great. And then previous lower blue dot is right there. So we use the crosshairs. The stop would be at 81.86. And we're at 84.41. So this one's going well. Now the win tick report, because everybody says, wow, some of these trades look great. How could I get in at the beginning of the trend? Obviously, you're not going to buy it now. It's too late. That ship already sailed. So we have the win tick report, and that scans 10,000 stocks every night. And it looks for all the new buy signals and all the new sell signals. In other words, the first blue bar with the blue dot, the first red bar with the red dot. That's a trend change. First red means odds are greatly in favor of it going lower. The first blue bar, blue dot going up. But we have to have triple confirmation before we make a trade. Blue bar, blue dot, blue X. No matter what chart, no matter what time frame, no matter what market, it must have that or it's no trade. Let's take a look at the mini NASDAQ. Unbelievably profitable, huge winner, first trade of the day yesterday. It was actually a $1,900 winner, a 95-point winner. It was just fantastic. The software kept us in the entire way down. Today, choppy at the beginning of the day. So that's when I like to test it. Yeah, okay, yesterday, big winning day. In fact, some people paid for a 1-year license in one day yesterday, just one day. That's how good it was. And you get days like that occasionally. The key is you've got to just trade the signals and trade the signals and the Abletrend signals and stops and not trade your emotions. That's the hard part for most people. And that's okay. It's not for everybody, especially intraday trading. It's just not for everybody. Some people they just can't do it. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. But you have to trade the Abletrend signals, which is a 25-year algorithm with algorithms with 25 years of back testing and no emotion whatsoever. You and I, we get in trouble with our emotions. Abletrend has no emotion. And that's why it works so well, and it will always work better than you or I can ever think about doing on our own, because it's mathematics and it's no emotion and it's all algorithms, and you or I couldn't even come close. So that's why the more you can use it, the more you can lean on it and actually follow it and do what it says, always the better you'll do. But I repeat, there will always be losing trades too. However, stop losses in place, you will never ever lose a lot of money on a trade. Now, we might even have a couple of losses in a row. Happens all the time. But you'll never lose a lot of money. The key is you have to stick with it. Day trading, the first and last 2 hours are usually the best times of the day to trade. Not always, but over the long run, that works out really well. So you can see here, this is today's, and we started off real choppy. However, we finished off. The first half of the day was very choppy. The second half was great. And that's coming off of a $1,900 day yesterday. Not everybody, and listen, not everybody's going to nail that perfect. If you picked up half of that, 3/4 of that, hey, you did great. So, like here's a sell signal, valid triple confirmation, trade. I always prefer to put my stop loss, or we recommend to put it above the red dots. Use the dot as your advantage. The dot is a very strong resistance point. However, that's just like too far away. I mean, that's about 15, 18 points away. Can't do it. So we put the stop loss 1 point above the top of the red bar, the initial trade. And we lost on that trade. Didn't get killed, small loss, but we did lose. Okay. This was a sweet spot because the tick chart agreed, and we wound up with getting a little bit of our money back on that one. Because over here, this was 8 points from where we got in to the 2 green bars, and we used the 2 green bar stop loss. When we get 2 greens in a row after we're already in profit, we put the stop 1 point above the top of the higher of the 2 green bars, and we'd be stopped out there. So, we got a little bit of our money back, but we're still down a little bit going into this 10 o'clock Eastern. Now, this is why Abletrend is so much better than everything out there, and not even close. This is a tremendously choppy, almost guaranteed losing period for anybody in the world, Abletrend included. However, that is what we call a no trade zone. That's what makes Abletrend so much better than everything else. Now, when the market is straight up or down, most indicators are going to nail that. Obviously, Abletrend is going to pick that up, but so are most other indicators and programs too. So, I'm fair about that. I'm not here to mislead anybody. I tell it like it is both ways. I don't cherry pick, or I don't exaggerate on the gains and then just tell you about the gains and not show the losses. That's not fair. That's not real trading. I don't want that done to me. But this is what we call a no trade zone, and that's what keeps us out of so much trouble. That's a very choppy market. I don't care who you are, you get killed in a market like that. Or at the very least, at the best case scenario, you break even. We didn't even bother. We had no risk. when it was chopping around and going side, we didn't even have a position on. Because when you have red and blue, and I'm talking dots and X's, at the same time, no trade zone. We very simply never buy, even though that's a buy signal on the 1 minute chart, when there's red X's above. The same way we never go short if there's blue X's below. That's all it is. Keep it simple. That's a sell signal right here, a triple confirmation sell signal. Kind of went sideways, out of the blue bar, blue dot. Small loss. Right? It is, but we tell it like it is. That, was a losing trade. No, small, but still a losing trade. No trade zone here. Another good thing that kept us out of trouble because it just went sideways and was choppy. Short here. I lost a couple points on that one too. So the morning was like, not so great. Not terrible, but definitely not so great. Gets a little bit better now. Buy signal, and that worked out kind of nice. Actually, here's your 2 green bar. Let me see if that was, no, that was only 5 or 6 points. If you use this, that's fine. You were winning about, maybe about 150 at that point, about 7 or 8 points. This is the mini NASDAQ. There's your 2 greens in a row. That's a little bit of a warning sign. Green means sideways or pullback. Put the stop loss 1 point below, you're stopped out there. Otherwise, you're out over here on the red bar, red dot. Another no trade zone. This was started out great. It was a nice long, now the VIX is above 14, so the dead zone is now back on again, if you want to. Dead zone is back on when the VIX is above 14. Very important. VIX was 16 today. So that means dead zone is back on. Now, let's just say it's optional. But when the VIX is 16, dead zone is on. Stop out right here, although that was really close. However, tick chart agreed we'd be right back in again there, and there was a beauty. We were long at 20, and we were out here at 33, 2 green bar stop. That's 13 points or $260 for just one contract. Not 10 or 20 like some people trade using Abletrend. One. So that just cleaned up all the previous smaller losses and put us ahead of the game. You got to catch those moves. But it was optional because it was during the dead zone, but the VIX is at 16 now. Different story when it was at 11 and 12, the past couple of weeks. Short, triple confirmation, short. We picked up about 6 or 7 points there. It's like about $120 per one contract. Obvious no trade zone. Losing trade here. Whoops. We lost 5 points on that trade because we'd be out over here. That's a valid trade. Triple confirmation. And this one was a nice one here. I love that last hour. I love that first and last hour. This one worked out nice. We were long at 31, and we were at the 2 green bar stop at 45. In fact, I got to be fair about it. I would have kept the stop here. Instead of putting the stop so close to the blue dot, just put it 1 point lower and put it under the blue dot. As I always say, use the small support and resistance dots in our favor. It's a roadblock. Take advantage of it. So we picked up 14 points. That's $280 on that one. Well, that puts us ahead of the game for the day very nicely. And then this is the end of the day, and it was kind of a break, small winner, but I'll call it, it was actually about a break even, but I'm not even going to count that, even though it might have been a small winner for some people. But no, let's just, good stuff. I mean, again, you had to stick with it. That was the key. What does VIX above 16 mean? John, the VIX index. The VIX index, very important if you're intraday trading. It's called the volatility index. It tells you how volatile or how up and down the market's going to be, and obviously the higher the better for a day trader. So that's why I always talk about the VIX. You can catch that on CNBC.com and just go in the upper right corner, and it'll tell you the VIX. Under 14, the market's going to be kind of flat, sideways. That's why we consider a 3-minute, 9-minute chart. Except for the last hour of the day, we always use a 1, 2, 3 chart. But the VIX was 16 today, so that means, hey, there's going to be some movement. We're going to catch some. There's going to be some nice trading, some nice trends. Oh, Michael Z saying, show yesterday's chart. Okay, Michael, show the open. All right, I will. Yeah, that was sweet, wasn't it? Wish every day could be like that. Okay, you can see over here at the 9:30, I'm on Eastern time, at the 9:30 open right here. Triple confirmation, red bar, red dot, red X. Look at this trade. Look how it stayed under the red dots. The red dots means stay short, you're safe. Now, over here, we would have been stopped out because this red dot's slightly higher. However, that was 70 points profit. Or better yet, 2 green bar stop. 80 points profit. 80. That's a $1,600 winner Abletrend gave in 35 minutes. $1,600 per contract in 35 minutes. Never told you to get out. Some people say, oh, well, I get out early. Well, that's okay. Anybody can do whatever they want with their money, but you weren't using Abletrend. Abletrend never had a blue bar, never had a stop out. Finally here, there's 2 greens. Put the stop 1 point above, we'd be stopped out there. That's a big time move. Nikhil, can you explain the X's? Oh, it's the same X's that I've had on the chart for like a year now. That I explain every week. The small X is the 2-minute, and the big X is the 3-minute. It's as simple as that. It's a 1-minute, 2-minute, 3-minute combination. And it's been a very big winning year with low risk. And last month was another great month. And we're starting off this month great. Because yesterday, as I'm showing you right now, hopefully you were using Abletrend today, and yesterday, and you picked up $1,600 on that first trade. Now you say, when do I get back in? There's just perfect sweet spot. Sweet spots that I talk about. Pull back up to the red dots. The bars go from green back to red again. We had triple confirmation and tick-tock agreement right here at 1018. And it just kept on going lower again until we were stopped out here at 06. We shorted it here at 20. We picked up another 15 points or $300. So we had 1,600 on the first trade, simply following the Abletrend. Didn't do anything special. All I did was just follow this. I got a triple confirmation sell. I'm going to sell it. I didn't trade my emotions. You trade the chart. You put your stop loss where the sufferer says, and you just sit back and you do that repeatedly all day, every day, if you want to be a day trader. That's it. You can't pick and choose which trades to take. Nobody knows. You just have to be like a robot. You've heard me say that probably 100 times in the past year. You have to be, that's the only way you can be successful. There's no other way. There's no shortcut. There's no magic. You have to just be like a robot and trade the signals. And if you did, you had a very big winning couple of years in a row now that we've been keeping the statistics on it, which are all on the website. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks everyone for being here. I'm always glad to help, as you know. Always here. I'm here every day, literally glued to my desk, Monday to Friday. I'm always glad to help. Let me know what I can do for you. Have a good night.